Yo, what is poppin', my guys? It is your boy Ashley, and today we are going to be bringing you the finals of the UBLN. Now, I'm not personally in the finals, but neither of the guys that were in the finals were going to upload this. I know Ultra was uploading UBLN at some point, but after people started using Showdown more, he just kind of fell off of it. And Finley, who is a bronze sword on your screen here, doesn't ever really use. I don't think he uploads at all. So just a nice cool little battle. I wanted to bring a little bit of sense of closure. This is the end of my UBLN stint. I was the commissioner this season. It was difficult to say the least. I didn't know what I was doing. I've never been a commissioner or anything like that before, and was kind of thrust into that role. And yeah, it's just kind of a relief to see the finals go through, because now I'm not a commissioner. I'm not participating in the league next season because I can really only afford to do one 3DS league at a time, and I'm already in the IBL. And I just wanted to put this up because I thought it was a good game, and just to kind of offer a sense of closure for me personally to the UBLN for the second season. Everyone was so fantastic that was actually in the league and stayed in the league. There's a couple of people who were quote unquote in the league but took forfeits for almost the entire season. Whatever, man. We're not here to talk about the bad people. We're here to talk about the fantastic people, two of which are right here on your screen. Finley was awesome. He came over from the MLP, as did Metagross, Ultraplayer. You know, I'm sure y'all know Ultraplayer at this point. He's in a lot of different leagues, like I think he's in P4G Next Generation, and it seems like he's been every league that's been announcing people lately has had Ultra in it. So I'm sure you guys know him. But Finley, you may not be as familiar with since he doesn't upload, but yeah, really, I like this game a lot. As you'll see, Finley has chosen to bring Azu, Gliscor, Swellow, Registeel, Jirachi, and Latios, while Ultra has brought a very interesting team of Yanmega, Noivern, Tyranitar, Primarina, Hitmonchan, and of course our boy Celebi. So very interesting, very interesting team. I'm really excited to see what Hitmonchan does. I did watch this game live. I wanted to record it, but I was actually not at home. I watched it on my phone. So, unfortunately, this is not a live comm of the game. I would have loved to have a live comm of the game. But we're going to go ahead and do a post-comm. We'll go ahead and click play here, and we'll see. Finley is going to start off with Gliscor, and he's just going to protect. He doesn't want to risk a Hydro Pump or a Scald or coming out from this Primarina, but as you can see, Ultra actually goes for the sub and reveals leftovers, so he's a nice little bulky Primarina. Gliscor is just going to U-turn out here, knowing it's faster than the Primarina, going right into the Jirachi here. Jirachi can pretty much take anything Primarina wants to throw at it, as you can see, it is especially defensive with leftovers. Now, of course, he's just going to throw off the Iron Head here to break the sub. You don't want to let this sub run on for any longer than it has to, as they'll reveal Shadow Ball doing 31%. So that's very nice. If he had tried to set up a sub of his own or something there, it would have been revealed that he really couldn't. So nice. you know what I'm saying. It's moving a little too fast, but he's just gonna throw off the Iron Head here. I'll stop. We'll go back because I wanted to talk about that. So breaking the sub was nice, because if he had tried to set up a sub of his own or something like that, Primarina would have just broken the sub with Shadow Ball and would have still been behind the sub. So there's no chance that Jirachi could flinch it and get some leftovers recovery back. By breaking the sub there, he threatens to Iron Head and flinch the Primarina before it can get off another Shadow Ball. So that was a nice little force switch there, in my opinion. He is going to go right out into Noivern, which you'll see takes this Iron Head and doing about the same as the Shadow Ball was doing to Jirachi. So obviously not ideal, but easily able to afford a KO this Noivern. So he is just going to fire off a flamethrower into the Protect, as you can see. Here he's going to go for the U-turn. Finley opts to stay in, maybe thinking he would switch or something like that. He's just going to go right into, I almost said Clefairy for some reason, go right into Celebi, and Finley is going to be able to get the wish off. So everything packing Shadow Ball for this Jirachi. He does get the special defense drop, which is really nice, because That means it's going to be a little bit easier to break in through this Jirachi if he doesn't switch out, which as you can see he does, right into his Registeel, which is a fantastic counter to this Celebi. As you can see, that Shadow Ball barely doing 10%, less than that after leftovers. So he's going to go right here into his Hitmonchan, as he's going to throw off a Thunder Wave, which is a little bit dangerous, seeing as he has this Jirachi on his team. So it seems right here that passing off this Paralysis and then going into the Jirachi is pretty much a safe move. Paraflinch is almost impossible to break through, especially because this Hitmonchan might or might not have anything for this Jirachi. As you can see, he stays in, so he might be packing Fire Punch or something like that, but he gets paralyzed, not able to break through. So here he's going to switch right out into his Noivern again, knowing he can threaten it out with the Flamethrower, as he is just going to let off an Iron Head and do another 33%. So based on, depending on rolls, this Noivern can live one, maybe two of these at best, which is why it's good he just goes for the Roost here. He's not playing with the Protect or the Wish, and he goes for the Flamethrower here, calling the bluff, knowing he won't Protect, as Finley is just going to throw off a U-turn. So he goes right into his Swellow, letting that Flame Orb activate, and a nice little play to make sure that Swellow was in and at a high amount of health. He's going to hard switch right here into his Tyranitar as Finley bounces out with the U-turn. Not a bad play at all. And he goes right into the Gliscor. So this Gliscor is probably going to do a pretty good job of walling this Tyranitar, as Ultra knows, as he bounces right back out into his Primarina, which does not take that Earthquake as well as I'm sure he would have liked. Thankfully, he has the leftovers to prevent the 2-hit KO with Sand, but it doesn't really matter because Finley's just going to U-turn right back out into this Jirachi that's been giving him so much problems anyway. You know, if Ultra can burn this Jirachi with these Scalds, that would be really nice. But he obviously has to switch here because I don't think Primarina takes an Iron Head from this range. Oh, and it actually does, which is really nice. I forgot about that. He is going to Scald, get him down to 13%, but unfortunately does not grab the burn. Primarina dies to Sand. That's why. Okay, yeah. So with Sand, it definitely cannot live the Iron Head. Out comes the Noivern again, though. Pretty much being able to free the Flamethrower here. He's going to just throw off the Protect, but since he didn't Wish, it doesn't really matter. And he's just going to be able to fire off a Flamethrower again on this turn and knock out the Jirachi, which is huge because that Jirachi has been giving Ultra a ton of problems. However, he does get a free switch into his Swellow right here, which can lay off a bunch of damage, and Ultra just chooses to stack off the Hitmonchan. He decides that he doesn't need it anymore. It's paralyzed, it's beaten down, it really just isn't going to be able to do the things that he brought it to do, so he just chooses to sack it off in order to bring in his Tyranitar. Swellow is going to go ahead and U-turn here, as Tyranitar chooses to Pursuit. That's a pretty solid play on Ultra's part. He does take a bunch of damage in the meantime, but he does get a lot of good damage off on that Swellow, and with the ability to keep up Sand, can chip it down eventually. So in comes the Noivern on the U-turn from the Gliscor, as he is going to bounce right back out into his Swellow. It chased it out last time, it can do the same this time. And as you can see, because of the burn and the Sandstorm, this will go down eventually, so Ultra just has to pick his sacks well as he chooses to sack off the Tyranitar. Looking at the rest of this team, it's really good for Latios and I guess Registeel to an extent, but everything else outspeeds and threatens, I think, so he is just going to try and preserve this, wait out these Sand turns, go into his Registeel on the Protect from the Yanmega, which swept me when I played Ultra in this league, but this turn, he is just going to switch out right back into his Noivern. I'm guessing Flamethrower is his only way of really dealing with his Registeel, as he is just going to Rock Slide on that. It was a pretty safe Rock Slide unless he goes into Celebi, which is hard walled by this Registeel. It hits either one of the options he had there, as he goes off and fires the Inferno Overdrive, which does 48%. The Registeel just sets up his rocks on that, no problems at all. And after that, it seems pretty apparent that unless there's some sort of miracle, that Registeel is going to be able to wall everything on Ultra's team until the end of this game. So it really is about what offensive win con Finley wants to use, and he decides to bring in the Azumarill. So Noivern is going to U-turn, get that 6% of chip off, and go right into the Yanmega, which takes 50% from the Stealth Rocks, which is very, very unfortunate, as Azu is going to hit up a Belly Drum and get its Citrus Berry. So right there, you're going to see that the Aqua Jet is going to hit the Protect. I mean, Aqua Jet outspeeds, so it doesn't really matter about the speed boost or anything like that. He is going to go right here into the Celebi. And at this point, I'm watching the game, right? I'm watching the game, and I'm like, damn. So, Celebi obviously lives the Aqua Jet and can just throw off a... fat... What's it called, guys? Oh, a fat Giga Drain. And take out this Azu. You know, even if it's a defensive Celebi, it can utilize Giga Drain to stall out this Azumarill, right? Unless it's Sap Sipper, but why would you run Sap Sipper? You would run Huge Power for the damage, right? No, you're wrong. Finley would run Sap Sipper. He throws off the Ice Punch, knocks out the Celebi, and that's going to be game. This Noivern doesn't have anything to take out this Azumarill. It's at 55%, so Finley is just able to tank the Flamethrower, fire off the Ice Punch, and win the game. So crazy good prep by Finley. I really like the Sap Sipper Azumarill, if you can't tell. I think that is that was crazy. I was a really big fan of this game. That's why I put it up. I didn't expect Finley to take the 4-0 win. I know Finley is a very good player. I mean, I've watched all of his games this season. He's done very well. But I just know I've played Ultra as well, and I've seen Ultra manhandle some people. His team was very interesting, but it had the ability to just start setting up and sweeping all over you. And I'm not going to lie, I did not expect Finley to come through here and hand out the Swift Justice with the Sap Sipper Azumarill. It was a really good game. Shout out to both of the coaches. Thank you guys so much for coming in and stepping in. Both of these were replacement coaches. I think... No. I think both of these guys were actually here from the beginning, actually. I think I pulled them in for the beginning of Season 2. I can't remember anymore. We had so many coaches switch around that it's impossible to tell at this point. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed. Shout out to everybody who's been a part of the UBLN. And the league itself means a lot to me. It's unfortunate that because of my growth and trying to move into different leagues that are upload required and meet new people, I've had to move on to somewhere else, battling wise, but I will never leave the UBLN. I love this league. It means a lot to me. The people here are awesome. Again, shouts out to everybody that helped me out through the seasons. Shout out to Shime, shout out to Jose, shout out to Eric. Big shout out to Eric for taking over the UBLN. He will be the commissioner for Season 3. I know y'all are in good hands because Eric is a fantastic commissioner. He goes above and beyond. I mean, when I was in the WTF with him, he went out of his way to commission art to have for the league. So he definitely cares. And damn, yeah, y'all, thank you guys. Just thank you guys for everything. And I hope this is a nice little bow on the top of our 2 subpar UBLN seasons. I will see you guys next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know how it goes. I'll see you guys. Bye.